There's the boom arm. There's it's a cross. Actually, that's what originally a cross was. It was a pole. That's a whole other lesson to go into something totally different. A shaft, I guess it would be another term we would use. So yeah, the screws, the brackets. Hey there, everybody, and welcome back to the Digital Power Workshop. It is I, your autofocus refusing to focus on what you wanted to focus on, Techno Meow Tinkerer. And today is an interesting little side project. I went to the bin store and picked up, I think it was about $3. It's been a while since I purchased this thing, but I picked up one of those boom? Yeah, I think it's like one of those boom monitor mounts is what it is, where you can put your computer monitor on. But I'm going to use it for something other than a computer monitor since I don't really have a spot to put it for a computer monitor. And I already got my monitor set up on a shelf angled the way I want them. Well, my TVs. If you watch my intro video, you know I'm using TVs instead of monitors. So I'm gonna show you what I end up using this for something it was not intended for. And of course, got to bring the instructions out. Real men read instructions. It makes life a whole lot easier. And mainly just because knowing where some of these screws go, because they don't all use universal screws. If it used universal screws, probably not so much. There's the boom arm. There's the it's a cross. Actually, that's what originally a cross was. It was a pole. Um, that's a whole other lesson to go into something totally different. Um, a shaft, I guess it would be another term we would use. So yeah, the screws, the brackets, the mounting brackets. So kind of want to cut some of these things. It was already torn. I mean, the bin shop I think buys like from like Amazon return stuff, and so you may have some stuff that might be missing some things. But for me, most of everything was here. That one package was torn for some reason. But at least as far as I could tell, everything was here because I was able to put everything together with no problem. Oh yes, now fun part. Got to get the screw and washer out. And it did not really say which way it had to go into this mount. And yeah, I was trying to see if I could find if I had a bit that would fit that. I think I didn't end up having used the wrenches that came with it. Yeah, let's see which one. But yeah, it didn't really say which way it had to go in. And I played with it for a while before actually putting it together just to make sure. I'm trying not to waste too much time in filming me trying to figure out things, but that's one reason I was trying to figure out if I had a bit for my screwdriver, because tightening would have been a lot easier than using the at least screwing it. Now tightening with the Allen wrench might have worked better, but at least screwing in with a screwdriver would have been nice. I need to look and see if I could find a bit for my screwdriver to work as Allen wrench. Okay, you're wondering what I'm going to do with the wood here. Well, I'm getting ready to piece all the wood together and mount it to the bracket that holds the monitor. Like I said, I'm using this for what it was not intended for. And the piece in the board with the hole in, you'll see when I do my Mega Man diorama, that board gets used a lot for stuff. As a matter of fact, the blue tape's there for me cutting off some off of it for the Mega Man diorama. I was actually in the middle of making that when I got this thing, and that will be the next video you see sometime after this one. I don't know. I did a Blender one, and I don't know I think I'll put the Blender up first and then this one. But one thing after using this, I should say, in the Mega Man diorama, I'm going to relocate that board. And you'll just have to see here in a moment what I'm going to do. Most of the wood here I'm using is really just scrap wood. It's not nothing um, real fancy. I didn't make it. Although that one board right there is a piece of craft board. Those things are very well. They're not. They feel. I don't know what I want to say. I don't know what type of wood it is. Maybe it's just because I was using something a little too powerful. Because I can see I got my drill on 12, and I probably don't really need it that strong for what I'm doing here. I need to trying to figure out the sizes. I'm still. The one thing I have a problem with this. I don't remember what you call this type of ruler. That gray one. I just now escaped my mind. I'll look it up and post the name of it on the video. But my problem is that the eighth, fourth, and half are all the same tick. So when you're sitting there looking at it, you kind of have to guess and count to know what it is. The only day that's difference are the 16ths. I just wish they did the fourth and the eighth a little bit different so it'd be easier to spot and read. Yeah, I'm creating a hole to put that bolt or that one screw in, and you'll see here in a little bit what I'm getting ready to do. I'm basically making a mount for the mount. That's kind of interesting, but oh yeah, I think that tape was left over from doing the diorama on the that Mega Man diorama. Using blue tape around is a good way to measure as a way of not going too deeper than what you wanted to go through. Clean some of the sawdust off my mat. And we're going to go ahead and put this together first. In the case of this one, you have to put, this is kind of good to give it a support where metal is being held up by the boom arm. The little nut to go on it. Now these clips are used for running the wire, and I will be running wire, so that's why I had one put them on. I wonder if anybody yet figured out what I'm getting ready to do. Or did you go out and boom, that's what I did. I made me a top-down camera. So I don't have to keep setting up my cell phone to record a thing. I can use this. Now, like I said, I am planning on, I'm thinking about I might want to relocate it to the, well, that won't really make a difference. I might have to rethink I want to do because it does limit to me to some height. And most of it during the boom. I used it on about 2/3, halfway to 2/3 of my Mega Man diorama. I used it to film. So that was a test run I did for it. Now, because I got it there and so I don't have to keep taking it off and on, I actually went ahead and, if you remember my soldering webcam video, I went ahead and took this, and you can see I put it on some standoffs on a piece of scrap wood and just stuck it on one of these mini tripods. So now I can use this computer laptop webcam as the tracking for my VTuber model without having to keep taking the one off of the boom. And I can kind of use it. Although, like I said, I think I'm going to re-evaluate how that thing goes. Either I'm going to have to reposition the camera on the bracket, or I might have to figure out another place to mount the whole assembly itself, so I can get a little bit of better and more coverage area and give me some room to work. But if you like this content and you like what I produce, please like and subscribe. It helps the channel out. And I hope all of you have a great day.